First of all, let's just talk about how great the Ballad of Wallis Island was. The story was great, the direction was thoughtful, the performances were stellar, and the script is so clever and quippy. The writing is definitely the main standout of the film. The way the characters talk, how they're written, the histories, the personalities, the little nuances and details given to each and every character. And there were a very manageable amount of characters. That's why there's enough time to give them all their due. You know, this film is just so intimate and personal. It's a real human story. You know, if you're a human being who's been through any kind of experiences in life, you probably can relate to every single one of these characters at least some point in the film. Now, there's one character that I really want to talk about. This guy, Herb. See, Herb is the main character in the film. And Herb is kind of an asshole. But we always see where he's coming from. That's the thing about him. And, you know, we can't say we wouldn't have done the same things or said the same things. If we were in his position, we just maybe would have said things a little more graciously than Herb did. But we always understand Herb. We always see where he's coming from. But I think that goes to say something even more about human nature. You know, we judge people based on small interactions without even getting to know them. Maybe they had a reason as to why they acted that certain way in that specific moment. But people are just too busy these days. We don't have time to think about what made somebody act a certain way and, you know, what must be weighing on their minds so much that they forgot about common decency. We're just too busy and distracted to have empathy these days. And all that bitterness just brings about more bitterness. You know, that's why so much people get colder as they get older. And that also brings up some more questions. Is it still considered good if it's good in my eyes, but bad in someone else's eyes? Should I take time to take another person's point of view in consideration before I pass judgment? You know, in a world where everyone is always on the go and always chasing the next high and everyone has 10 million things on their minds, I think we should all have moments where we just unwind and calm down and question ourselves. I feel that would really help out a lot of people nowadays, and that would keep people grounded and help keep them on the right path. You know, a lot of people make the wrong decisions when they don't look at themselves. They don't question their morality. They don't question the morality of what they're doing. Immorality always happens when you're being careless and not paying close enough attention to how you're acting. It all starts with one simple act. Either we do the right thing and it spirals, or we do the wrong thing and it spirals. You know, it's up to us to decide. But all in all, those are just some thoughts that ran my mind after seeing The Ballad of Wallis Island, which again was an incredible film. Both, you know, behind and in front of the camera. The shots were good, the directing was amazing, the performances were stellar. And like I said, that writing, that movie is a masterclass in screenplay. The writing is just incredible. All the characters treated graciously, given their fair treatment, and, you know, you can tell that there was really some time taken and consideration put into, you know, this movie. But that's about all I gotta say, so, you know, peace.